So Kalikesh Deo of the BJD represents the party that has done the U-turn vis-a-vis the BJP before and after the elections. Pawan Verma is with us from the JDU tonight. He's not done any U-turn yet, but he'd see also that there is neither a first, second, third, fourth or fifth front anymore. Sanjay Jha is watching over the disintegration of the UPA and fearing for the possible disintegration of the Congress party. I'm just allowing myself some latitude tonight. GVL Narasimha Rao, I'll come to you later, but my first question is to Atul Kumar Ranjan. Because Mr. Ranjan, I want to know, everyone wants to know how you feel today that these parties with whom you were hoping to form a fourth front or third front, I don't know which front you were forming with them. Jayalalithaa, your party leader D. Raja got elected to the Rajya Sabha on the basis of Jayalalitha's support. And the BJD, these people have all moved towards Modi. Mr. Ranjan.
Mr. Arnab, some people say that the politics is the game of the possibilities. I'm just quoting the very, very old phrase. But here you find it that when ideologically you are strong, but numerically you are weak in the parliamentary system,
yes,
many of your foes turn their faces. And in this question, I don't understand. Till other day, Madam Jayalalithaa was not in the company of NDA. She was with the left and democratic forces at the national level. In the state also she was, she
dumped
went in
you.
The polls in assembly polls.
She's dumped
CPI
you.
and CPIM and with other. And now, no, not
She dumped you even before the election.
Don't think so that way. The politics is, no, that's not, this is, politics is not so, you see, you can give phrases and one will swallow it. It is the practical, you see, I tell you, Mr. Arnab, over a cup of tea or over some drinks, you can make 50 friends. It is very difficult to make one ideological friend. That you also
so what
know.
Ideological friend? There is one CPI MP in the, why should they ally with you? If there is any party which is competing with the Congress party for absolute irrelevance, it is you. You and you. You are
anyway,
reduced to one seat in the Lok Sabha. Two seats in the Rajya Sabha.
All right.
Why should anybody team up with you?
Beat the drum.
I'm not beating the drum. I'm telling you the reality.
And that will not weaken us.
I am telling you the reality that you don't accept.
That will not weaken us. We have a strength. Mr. Arnab, we have a strength. We have not fought only the elections. We have fought the rich type of the corporate media and corporate world.
Fine.
In this, those who are squeezing the national wealth. We have fought them and they were against us.
What about your accountability? What about your accountability?
We welcome, we accept the challenge and we will tell you later on. I just want to remind you, in 1984, the BJP was having only 2 MP, one from Andhra, Janga Reddy, and one from Gujarat, Shankar Singh Waghela. Today they are ruling. We are one today. And tomorrow you will find 100 we are there. And we will, with one vote, with one MP, we will fight on the street, on the issues
how will you
of the
do
public.
that, sir?
And that I want to tell you.
And how will you do
say that you are beating
you know
that
the other
you
thing,
want to
the other thing.
Us, we will never get
let me say, Mr. Ranjan, let me tell you one thing. Stop calling the media which questions the corporate media. The media which does not ask questions, therefore becomes your media. In your view, your party magazines may be the only independent media. But the fact is tonight, there is a reality in this country.
No, I'm not. They are
reality in this
media.
country
they are ideological media. They are ideological
Pawan
media.
Verma.
But don't claim yourself that you are a free media.
Pawan Verma.
Don't claim yourself you are an independent media. Don't claim that you are the only purist media. Don't claim yourself that you are the God and your writings are the hymen of the society. Hymens for the society. That I say. Yeah, they are not the shlokas. What you write and what they use, you show. There is certain, we fight. When we fight,
sir, all that anger, all that anger will not
Reliance
win you more
company.
seats.
Just wait.
All that anger will not win you more seats.
When we fight against Reliance, Mukesh Ambani on Godavari Kaveri Basin, when we go against that, the gas has been sold by the BJP and Congress at the throwaway prices, and we went in the Supreme Court. We are fighting against them. That the 62 lakh crore has been, swept away. So in that case, why we expect that the corporate media,
Sir,
a
you know, I'll
media
tell
which
you one
is
thing. Now, I have
controlled
heard a
from
lot from you.
IBN 7 to CNN, IBN, everything has been controlled. Why they will speak for us?
No,
that I want to tell you, Mr.
One
Abhinav.
second. I'll tell you one thing. Now, you don't talk about other channels on this channel. I'll tell you one thing, Mr. Anjan. First of all, take away that anger.
Why not?
Take away that anger and understand a few things. I'm telling you in a very calm way.
This happened or not?
Sir, I'll tell you a very calm thing.
The entire Mukesh media has purchased 60% of the viewers' television.
Now I'll ask you one thing. My point to you is this. I'll make 3 limited points to you, Mr. Anjan. It's not about you and me. Every single story that exposed corruption
I agree with you.
was not done at Ajoy Bhavan, right?
Yes.
But between the months of June 2010, and you go back and look at the old newspapers, and January, now let me speak, and January 2011 was done by the same media, which you now call the corporate media. All the scams that you talk about, Mr. Anjan, each and every one of them was not done by the CPI mouthpiece. It was done by the same media, which you now call the corporate media, but doesn't agree with you. I'll tell you, we have some accountability. We are not like the left parties. We are not like the left parties. We are not like the left parties. We are not like the left parties, Mr. Anjan. Now here, you have the courage to listen. You see, we are not like the left parties. We are not like the left parties, which when you ask Biman Bose, when you ask Biman Bose, when you ask Biman Bose that even Sonia Gandhi offered to resign.
I have to speak my
even Nitish Kumar offered to resign.
I don't want to speak about.
And when the left leaders are told that you have ruined your party, will you resign? You know what they say? You know what they say? They said all these things happen only in bourgeois parties.
I am putting forth
all these things only happen in bourgeois parties. We take collective responsibility. Sir, please realize you are in a bad situation today. Pawan Verma, what's going on? This super NDA must be scaring you. Pawan Verma. Pawan Verma.
Arnav, first of all, facts. Let's face the facts.
Face the facts.
The BJP has won an absolute majority. It's a fact. Along with the NDA, its majority is very, very comfortable. Given that, the fact is that those parties which are opposed to the BJP or which constitute the non-BJP opposition have to do a very serious level of introspection. Their current plight need not necessarily be a prophecy of where things will be as time unfolds, although Mr. Nitish Kumar has been on record to wish Mr. Narendra Modi and the new government well. As regards Ms. Jayalalithaa and Mr. Naveen Patnaik, they have called in their capacities as chief ministers of important states on the new Prime Minister. Let me say to you that the Chief Minister of Bihar will be doing the same. Neither of them have said that they are part of an NDA. In fact, both of them should realize that there is a certain redundancy built in their joining an NDA,
but they are willing to work with them.
The majority
no. Both the YSR Congress,
yes, and in
the
fact,
AIADMK and the BJD.
I'm coming to that point, Arnab.
Yes.
I'm coming to that point. In fact, I want to say to you, one of the very unfortunate developments of the last parliament was that the opposition became predatory, which meant that irrespective of the merits of the issue, because the government was fragile, the coalition was unstable.
Sir, there was an opposition. There is no opposition now.
The opposition attacked
there is
the
no
government
opposition
on every
today, I
issue.
dare say.
I'm just coming. Let me finish. I'll take 10 seconds more to answer you. Therefore, in a mature parliamentary democracy, we are not talking of an opposition simpliciter. We talk of a constructive opposition which must provide issue-based support on matters which are good for the government and interrogate.
So, but where is the opposition?
Question and
where is the opposition?
Which it believes are not good for the country.
But where is the opposition today?
Let me say to you, as you talk about the opposition, now let me answer
India
that.
has no opposition.
Arnab, this must be the first time. Let me just say that. Let me answer that question. Another 20 seconds only. The BJP is the first time it has happened in our country that a party which wins an absolute majority has done so creditably. I want to congratulate them on a electoral support base of 31%, one of the lowest ever.
That's your saving grace.
That means 60% of
You're
the
using that
electorate
as your
and more
saving grace.
have not voted for the BJP. No, therefore I'm saying that this is a country where there is a ruling
GVL
party
Narasimha Rao.
and it must
GVL
be in the
Narasimha Rao,
interest
opening
of
up the debate
democracy.
quickly now. Let's go to
And
GVL
it
Narasimha Rao.
must-
No, come on.
Let
You
GVL
cannot-
Narasimha Rao come
must
in.
in the
No,
interest of
JDU
democracy have a
JDU
constructive opposition. It is essential for democracy.
Arnab, the two parties that are taking bulk of your time have only 3 out of 543 members in Lok Sabha. Okay?
Yeah, but you
So
can't
let me
silence
have
them
a
on that
small
basis.
say.
Don't gloat.
No, not that
don't
they
gloat.
gloat, but
don't-
they have
Even
only
your
3.
party
That's
had
the
2 in
representation they have.
1984.
Fine.
Don't indulge
Fine.
in
So,
this
let me
triumphalism.
say
It
this.
does not do your party credit. We have congratulated you.
Mr. Pawan Verma is talking about BJP not having a majority vote in the parliament in terms of vote share. Let me remind him the NDA which won last assembly elections in Bihar polled much lower than 40% vote. So it doesn't do you any good. You are somehow sticking on to par. If you wanted to apply the
I
same
am talking of
yardstick,
the
I think it
national
would have
average,
done
sir.
you a great
Understand
deal
the
of good
logic.
to quit.
I am not doubting your victory.
I'm talking about
just
your
saying
Bihar.
that there are enough
I'm
people
talking
in
about
this
your
country
Bihar. So
who
don't
did not
be
vote for the BJP. Why can't you understand this logic?
only 30
I
Fine,
congratulate you, but I say be
Same
aware of
logic
the
applies
fact
to you.
that there is space for a credible opposition.
the same logic goes for you in Bihar. That's what I'm trying
Or
to
have
tell
you decided
before
to
you
do
point
away with the
fingers
opposition?
at others. No, you're deviating from the topic. I think Arnab, I would like to say this. The Congress party is on a perpetual declining phase, and we certainly would want to work towards a phase to realize Mr. Modi's dream of Congress-free India.
Sanjay Jha,
And that
Sanjay Jha.
seems to be happening already.
No.
It seems to be happening already.
No, my worry is that you're not looking at Congress free. No, my worry is, my worry is, sir, that you actually, one second. Mr. Narasimha Rao, you may have won the election, but remember this. Don't get into this kind of gloating. We don't want any opposition. The day you begin to assume...
let me answer
1 minute. No, Mr. Jha, Mr. Rao, you won the election.
You wanted
You won the election, but you are right, you won 30% of the vote. The day you begin to believe...
Congress-free India.
the way...
But at the same time, you give...
the day I'd like to warn, I would like to warn the BJP spokesperson here that the day you begin to believe that you don't need an opposition, then you actually begin to reek of arrogance. You don't need to reek of arrogance so early into your term, sir. And my question to Kalikesh is,
just one sentence.
Sir, I find that attitude that I don't need an opposition attitude in you, sir.
Arnab, I want to respond to
Sir, this country needs an opposition.
We want to work with everybody.
No, this is not work with everybody. There is a whole world of difference. Mr. Rao, there is a world of difference between saying we would like to work with an opposition and the world of difference between saying we'd like to work with everybody. When you say we'd like to work with everybody means we are everybody and we will work with everybody. When you say we are willing to work with an opposition means we are and this country is not unipolar and the BJP does not speak for everyone. There are many regional parties, there are opposition parties. You may have won this election today, but I am finding this attitude worrying now. That we are everybody. We will now get... And I want to ask Kalikesh that why is the BJD doing this, Kalikesh? Why is the BJD, the same party which was so critical of Narendra Modi before the elections to the point of saying that he's a controversial candidate and who is not healthy for the country, from saying I'll be uncomfortable with Modi, Naveen Patnaik is now saying that he's even open to be joining the NDA. Why are you doing this? If you're going to justify this by saying we hope we will get cooperation from the centre, I think there are other ways of getting cooperation from the centre than by becoming lackeys of the BJP. Why are you becoming lackeys of the BJP?
Arnab, nowhere has Naveen Patnaik ever said he's going to join the NDA.
He has not ruled it out. He was asked a question and he's not ruled it out.
He's never said so.
He has not ruled it out.
In fact, he has ruled it out. He has always maintained that he will be equidistant from both the UPA and the NDA, and he continues to do so. He continues to do so. There is
He's
no
kept
question
the door open
of joining the NDA. Let me, as a spokesperson of the party, let me tell you, as things stand now, there is no question of joining the NDA. Whatever Naveen Patnaik's views were, or the party's views were before the election, or for that matter, the NDA's or BJP's views were about Naveen Patnaik or the BJD. That was before the election, in the phase of campaigning.
No, what do you mean before and after? I don't understand this.
Has been given.
No, I don't understand.
Hang on.
What is before and after?
Let me finish, Arnav. Let me finish. Once a decisive mandate has been given, both in the centre for the BJP and the NDA, and certainly a very decisive mandate in the state of Odisha for Naveen Patnaik and the BJD, it is the constitutional duty of both the Prime Minister and the Chief Minister, as their constitutional positions, to get together to work for the betterment of both the nation and the state. And this is what
does that mean you join the? Did you mean? Does that mean you effectively
not at all. We are not
NDA?
Joining the NDA.
Effectively.
We are not joining
effectively.
the NDA. We will.
Effectively.
We are not joining the NDA in any manner.
Effectively, would you have? You have said
we are not joining the NDA.
No.
What
you
we
have
will
said
do when we see a clause or an issue which benefits both the nation and the state of Odisha, we will support it. But when we see an issue which will harm or will work towards the detriment of the state of Odisha or the nation, we will oppose it. Including that means, even if that means opposing the government in the centre. Let me be very clear. We will take a principled stand and stick to our principles. There is no concept of opportunism as far as the BJD is concerned.
Hear that. But I think right now, as far as these issues is concerned, the regional parties are taking more of an initiative. Sanjay, it must hurt you because you have been reduced to your lowest ally. Then your dissent in the party has spilled over into the public. Your leader, Rahul Gandhi, has refused to take any position or responsibility. And then now you are totally isolated today in parliament, with regional parties like Jayalalithaa and BJD leaning more towards the BJP, towards the Modi government at least. Are you not worried? Do you just want to let the status quo continue now? Because the super NDA, which you scoffed at before the elections when we spoke about it, is practically becoming a reality. Sanjay, it is becoming a reality. I wonder if you're even noticing.
Arnab, let me tell you that I think Mr. Rao's statement that I just heard some time ago is the personification of arrogance that I think the whole of India must be watching when hearing him. I think the contempt that he has for anybody which is not part of the BJP is pretty evident in the kind of language he's already used. I mean, I can imagine an electoral rhetoric, but it continues even after the elections. The obsession with the Congress party. But let me answer, Mr. Rao, I didn't interrupt you, let me finish. The Congress party, Arnab, is far beyond the 44 seats that we have in the Lok Sabha. Let me just tell you that end of day, yes, we have lost the elections. I'm not going to take, umbrage under some statistical googly that the BJP would do, who had lesser vote share than us and had 116 seats in Lok Sabha.
Neither Naveen Patnaik nor Jayalalithaa have said they are opposed to the idea of allying or working with the BJP.
The point I wish to make, Arnab, just give me a minute. Arnab, just give me a minute. The point I want to make is we are not enervated or diminished because of the number of seats in the Lok Sabha. It is a short-term aberration. Don't forget, we still are in 13 states of India in governance.
The UPA's history, the Congress is falling apart.
Between now and the next general election, the party has got roots far beyond what will be the representation in parliament.
Narendra Modi wants to walk out in Maharashtra.
In a democracy where there
is a banner of revolt in Assam.
Where there are 120 crore
people. There is a banner of revolt in Haryana.
One voice, one individual voice, whether in parliament or outside, is enough to shake up an establishment. So having a brute majority with the NDA of 336 seats cannot give them the comfort. That is no guarantee that India is going to get a good government.
You see, first, okay,
get a good performance.
Mr. Rao,
respond delivery.
This is the problem.
And you will make. I promise you. The 44 voices of the Congress party will be more loud and clear when Parliament begins.
Sir, I'm really sorry, but while you accuse them of arrogance, I can equally say that you are also equally arrogant to think today that things have not changed. Opposition to the BJP is largely diminished. Why don't you understand this? opposition to the BJP is diminished.
I'm objecting to the fact. 1 minute. I'm objecting to the fact that when you started this debate, you read it out as if you're reading the obituary or the epitaph of the Congress party. And I think that as a seasoned journalist,
Mr. Jha, don't get into the defense. No, Mr. Jha, it is a fact today.
The kind of numerical
Mr. Jha, forget the numerical thing. Look at the attitude.
You make a mathematical majority.
Look at the
mathematical majority is no guarantee of performance. Let's watch this government perform. We wish them the best of luck, but let's watch them perform.
No, Mr. Jha, you don't understand. You see, you're not being practical now, Mr. Jha. You're not being practical, Mr. Jha.
End of day, one minute, Arnab.
Okay, fine, Mr.
1 minute, Arnab. You can win in election.
I'll get Pawan Verma and the others in. Let's open up the debate.
On your sheer performance.
You see.
Not by bravado and not by the hubris that Mr. Rao has demonstrated on your channel.
Yes, Mr. Rao, you can respond please quickly before I go to Pawan Verma.
You see, what you are witnessing today is a statesman-like performance, a statesman-like attitude being shown by Mr. Narendra Modi. He has been on record. He had told you in your own interview. He said we have to work with all the states, irrespective of whoever is in power. So if BJD, if AIADMK want to partner with the government of India, every other state we would welcome. We want them to join the government of India in the rapid mission mode. We don't want to make any distinction between party A or party B, whether it is a BJP.
Mr. Modi,
and this is one second. Please wait for your turn.
Jammu and Kashmir
please wait for your turn.
Mr. Omar Abdullah on Article 370.
Wait for your turn.
I'm asking you a question. On Article 370, will Mr. Modi work with Mr. Omar Abdullah on Article 370 in Jammu and Kashmir? Because we are hearing voices of an attempt to abrogate the article unilaterally by your current NDA government. So let us see consensus in action.
This is the time for rhetoric and empty motherhood and apple pie statements are long over. You have now already under test. You're already under performance. It is your politics. There is no honeymoon in politics. It is the cynical politics of the Congress. Delivery. It is get down to brass tacks. Get down to reality. It is your and cut out your electoral speeches on the TV studio. It is your cynical politics. Your performance now. Will you stop? Yeah. People are watching your performance for several months. So let me have my say. You have indulged in the Congress party had an opportunity to do what the NDA is doing now. For 10 years, you have only played politics with development. You have you have shown discrimination towards BJP-ruled states, towards opposition-ruled states. None of your ministers from Tamil Nadu have even spoken to Dr. Jayalalithaa, who is the chief minister there.
We are not going to be
you have been playing politics, and that is the country. That is the reason why the country is suffering today.
Just please perform. You're still talking. Please perform.
You have played politics.
You have a big majority on your own.
We are performing. People are appreciative.
No, Mr. Rao, I'll bring some realism to your argument also, Mr. Rao.
Cosmetic marketing gimmick.
No. Mr. Rao wants people to believe that everybody suddenly wants to come to the BJP. Now, Mr. Rao, you know that is not true. The fact is that though you have the numbers in the Lok Sabha, there is growing worry regarding your voice in the Rajya Sabha, where you have only 42 seats of your own and the Congress party has 67. Now you know the total strength in the Rajya Sabha is 245, which means you are a fair distance away from the magical figure of 123. As of today, the NDA, and I'm glad you're listening now, because nowadays sometimes I get a feeling the BJP after the elections doesn't want to listen to anyone. As of today, the NDA has 64 Rajya Sabha members. So your move, you need Jayalalithaa. You need Naveen Patnaik. You need, no, forget that arrogance. You need them. You need them and you need them. And Kalikesh, isn't that a fact? That even the BJP needs the regional parties because of your precarious position in the Rajya Sabha. Don't make people believe that there is some kind of a wave after the election and everybody, there is some tsunami there's a post-election tsunami which is now, everybody is moving to the BJP. The BJP is not the atom and all the regional parties are not the protons or electrons or whatever that chemical combination is. Don't believe that you are the center of the political solar system. You are not the center of the political solar system, sir. You won an election. Sir, even before Galileo, even people used to believe that the Earth is the center of the solar system. They were proven wrong. I'm just putting a word of caution to the BJP tonight.
Listen to my answer.
No, Pawan Verma, isn't that a reality? Pawan Verma, isn't that the reality today? That the BJP also needs the regional parties as much as the regional parties need the BJP. Pawan Verma.
We want to work with every party.
Pawan Verma.
Arnab, let me say that in victory, humility is a great ornament. So this triumphalism is not necessary. We've congratulated you. At the same time, let me say, it is shallow, rhetorical and myopic for the non-BJP opposition to believe that all is well. They need to go back to the drawing board. In Bihar, I can say to you, Mr. Nitish Kumar has resigned. The party has been meeting to introspect on what has gone wrong. I suggest other opposition parties, including the Congress, need to do that. Secularism cannot be projected as a substitute for governance. Secularism and good governance must go together, and it must be verifiably demonstrated. Bad governance cannot be a fig leaf for the projection of secularism. There are lessons to be learned. We will learn them. And we believe that there is a role for a constructive opposition. For the BJP to suddenly believe, as you put it, that they are the center of the earth would be to embarrass Mr. Narendra Modi and the mandate that they have won.
And look at Orissa. I refuse to believe that Jayalalithaa and Naveen Patnaik, after the kind of stunning victories that they have, in the case of Naveen Patnaik, also the sweep in the assembly elections, feel that they are more obliged to make Mr. Modi and the BJP happy. In fact, I would think that they would feel more independent today because the BJD entire political strategy and their victory is based upon keeping a distance with the BJP. Mr. Rao, be realistic. Regional parties in India are not dead. And in fact, there are other regional parties which will say that by keeping away from the BJP, we did better. So I just want to go back once before I wrap up to Kalikesh. Kalikesh, there is this attempt to give an impression that after the elections, everybody bows down to the BJP.
So many questions.
Everybody bows down to. Is this really true? Is this really true, or is this just an impression?
Not at all, or not. This is a conjecture which a lot of people have made because the Chief Minister called on the Prime Minister. But let's not forget that in the past 10 years he's called on the UPA Prime Minister also. And it is his job, it is his duty to call upon the central government for the just demands of Orissa. And it is also the duty of any political party, no matter who they are, to work constructively for the betterment of the nations and work on issues and not oppose for the sake of opposing, as it happened in sometime in the last tenure. I think the level of arrogance in both the national parties, the BJP and the Congress, has taken a beating. Well, the Congress certainly has. And the BJP, for the first time, it's ever won a majority. So let's be a little forgiving with them. I think they'll see that political parties go up and down. I think what is required here is to have a more mature understanding for democracy. We have a democracy of checks and balances. Even though the BJP has a majority in the Lok Sabha, they require consensus in the Rajya Sabha. And that is what the political parties need to work at. That's what the NDA needs to work at.
Absolutely. I'm glad we brought some realism tonight into the debate. I thank you all, gentlemen, for joining me on debate number 2 on the Newshour tonight.